Over the last couple of months, I've noticed a ton of gaming keyboard manufacturers come out with Hall effect keyboards, but for those of you who don't really care about that and don't care about that competitive experience and just want a really nice typing experience, I think I might have found the best keyboard out there for the price. All right, so this is the F75 Pro from Aula or Aula, whatever you want to call it, and this keyboard specifically comes with a lot of features, as you can kind of see here on the screen. First of all, I want to talk about the price, which is $74.60, and then with a $5 coupon applied, basically right at the $70 price point. And for the price that this keyboard is, it is insane, because the keyboard that I'm using right now is the Yunzi YZ75, and I made a video on that one a couple months ago, and I've been using this for pretty much every single day that I've worked here. And I mean, honestly, after typing on this one here, it is a crazy difference how far even mechanical keyboards have come since then. So a couple of things I want to talk about that this keyboard has is it's got a lot of features here. First of all, these are called the Reaper switches, and they are pre-lubed from factory, and honestly, they sound super awesome. Additionally, with those switches, they come with really nice stabilizers across the bigger keys, and that's one thing that I think sets this keyboard apart from most other keyboards. Like, for instance, my keyboard here, you can hear that the stabilizers on them are okay, but they're not the greatest, but I'll show you here. Definitely some rattle and chatter there, so I just wanted to point that out for something like this. But for this keyboard, when you're getting that for 75 bucks or 70 bucks, it's got these side printed PBT keycaps, so all the letters are on the side here, as you can see. And it does have tri-mode connection, which basically means you can use it through wired, you can use it through Bluetooth, or 2.4 gigahertz wireless, so that's pretty cool. A couple other things to note too before we unbox this is that it does have a media wheel, and of course it's hot swappable. So overall, it's a pretty basic keyboard with the, everything that you'd expect out of a nicer end mechanical keyboard. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and unbox it, because for 70 bucks, this is probably the best thing you're gonna get on the market right now. Oh, and one other thing to note here is that they have this F75 Pro gradient blue color scheme, which is like this nice blue color. And they also have a purple and white color, which is cool. And then they also have an 80% layout, which has a bit of a different layout on the right side there. Just one thing to note, it does have a couple of options for you instead of just this black to gray color scheme. So if that wasn't really like something you're digging, you can always change that. All right, so diving into the packaging, I will say this has already been opened up since we actually used this for a video. And this is how I found this keyboard in the first place. It was from one of Matt's setups, and I really liked the sound of it and everything. And I really wanted to go through the unboxing experience, kind of where it was when you first opened it up, and see what it all comes with to show you guys as well. So first of all, here's the quick Q&A manual. Basically has a couple of basic questions and a bunch of languages. We're gonna pop off this plastic cover right here, and then it is sheathed inside of this wrapping here. And here it is. Before we dive into this keyboard, I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at what else is in the box. So we have, and again, I don't know what all is layered whenever it comes out of the box brand new, but this is kind of how I set it in there before I started this video. So you can kind of see here, they show you on here all of the ways that you can adjust the lighting. They also have like layouts for keyboards and some other light features and stuff like that, Bluetooth connectivity, wired connection, and 2.4 connection as well. So they don't leave you with any questions at all when it comes to the packaging, which is kind of cool. They also lay everything out for you as well. Underneath the rest of this piece here, you have a just standard USB-C to USB 3 cable. It is not braided, and it is kind of on the cheaper end of what it feels like a cable. I'm pretty sure this is similar to what my keyboard has that I'm using right now for my main setup. And honestly, if it were me, I would go straight ahead and get a like braided cable you can find on Amazon. Usually they're like 15 bucks or so, and that really brings the aesthetic of your keyboard up a ton. So they also give you some extra switches in case one of them fails or something like that. And they also give you a keycap and switch puller. So that's pretty cool. Now let's get into the keyboard. So we're gonna move this out of the way. And this is where I really took a liking to this keyboard. So overall, in terms of looks and feel, it's definitely on the higher end feel. It feels like an Evo Maker in terms of like the plastic exterior. It's got a smooth finish. It's not rough or anything. The media wheel has a nice scroll to it. It's not like the most stiff, but it's got a nice touch to it. And then on the back here, you can take a look at our connectivity. We have the Type-C insert, we have the 2.4 spot, and then we also have the USB to use Bluetooth. So in terms of the back, it has two options for flip out feet, so we'd love to see that. In case you want to get really, really tall, the bottom one is kind of hard to pull out, but you also have some non-slip pad right here and here, and that applies to both sides as well. And then lastly, we have our little model number and everything like that to show you that it is the F75 Pro. So we're gonna go ahead and turn this thing on to just say 2.4, or let's see, Bluetooth. And that will turn on the actual RGB, so you can kind of see this here. And then I have it set up to this like whitish purple color scheme here. I think it overall works the best with this kind of color scheme. It'd be really nice for like a whitish purple setup. I think that'd look really nice, but they do have a handful of colors and modes you can go through. I'm not gonna go through it on this video because overall it was kind of a pain, I will say, to get to this white color here. So I'm gonna leave it at that. But if you look at this sheet right here, it tells you all the ways you can adjust the light brightness the modes and all that stuff so you can get to your desired color or RGB mode. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and do a typing test. I'm sure you guys have been waiting for that, so we're gonna go right to that and I'll let you guys hear how this sounds. So as you guys can hear, this thing sounds amazing. Honestly, it's probably one of the thockiest keyboards I've ever been able to type on in terms of a sub $100 keyboard. So I think this is probably the go-to when it comes to a mechanical keyboard. Now, obviously, they are coming out with Hall effect keyboards that are under $100, like the Unzi RT75, which is about an $89 keyboard or $90 keyboard. And that keyboard obviously has Hall effect benefits, which means like obviously like rapid trigger, where the software involved on these keyboards is way better than a typical mechanical keyboard if you are actually looking for like the most competitive gaming experience. But I will say, in terms of typing experience and quality of typing, I think these are going to always beat out those Hall effect keyboards in terms of how nice they sound for the price, especially nowadays, because I mean, before, if you wanted to get a keyboard this nice, you're probably looking at, you know, $200, $300, $400, if that, to get a really nice typing experience. But things have come a long way, and companies like Aula and EpoMaker and Unzi are really kind of setting the bar for cheap budget mechanical keyboards that sound good and look good as well. I'll give you guys a quick comparison of what a keyboard that I bought a couple months ago sounds like versus what they sound like now in terms of quality. The YZ75 from Unzi was, I think, like $90 when I purchased it, and I thought that was a good deal, but compared to this one, it just blows it out of the water. So I'll do a stabilizer test on the Unzi and then go over to the Aula and show you guys the main difference. So yeah, even right there, you can tell. I think the biggest thing for me is the spacebar. For 70 bucks, this thing is crazy for that spacebar. So I gotta hand it to Aula. It's probably the nicest keyboard I'll ever be able to actually test out at the $70 price point with that coupon code. So, but I think that's gonna wrap up this video today, guys. I'll leave a link to this exact keyboard in the description down below. It will be an affiliate link and it will help us out. Additionally, I'll also leave a link to the website from Aula as well to give you guys a little more information on the keyboard itself here that I did not cover in today's video. So if you do have any other questions though, be sure to leave them down in the comments below and I'll be able to check them out. But thanks for watching to the end if you all did, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.